Okie dokie. Oh, I'm very loud. That should be a lot better. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. My mic was just exceedingly loud for some reason. But, hello and welcome to the lower bracket final of the minor league. Now, this is going to be a good game. I can already predict it. I'm saying 3 maps. I'm saying right off the rip, right now. It's going to be 3 maps. Straight off. No other way, alright? Now, today we have YepMate versus New Origin Esports. And obviously currently fighting for the lower spot in the grand final. Now, let's go over a couple bits and bobs of the teams. So, starting us off, we have YepMate. So, they've had quite a decent run, to be fair. They've had 7x wins and then 1 overtime win, no overtime losses, and 2 regular losses. So that puts them at a 20-point advantage, which is, to be honest, really, really good. And having the second best round differential than everybody during the play day. So, if I'm looking at this entirely correctly, which I think I am, so they had, how many was it? Just 2 losses overall? Yeah, so they lost to Basement Dogs, and they also lost to Brest Esports. If I'm not mistaken, that's a place in France. Peculiar. But anyway, obviously they only lost to those 2, so they've still got quite a decent, push going for them there. So which, I mean, having 6 wins and only 1 being, 7 wins and 1 only being the overtime, and also 2 just straight losses. It's not a bad run whatsoever. However, we do have New Origin Esports as well. They've had it a little bit rougher, just a wee bit, but nevertheless, it's still not a bad run since they've made it to the lower bracket final. Who's going to complain with that? No one whatsoever. Having 3 straight wins, 1 OT win, 1 OT loss, and 4 regular losses. Now, if you don't know, right, so for a regular win, if I'm not mistaken, it's 3 points, and then it's 2 points for an overtime win, 1 point for a overtime loss, and then 0 points for a regular loss. So which for that racked them up to 12 points with only a -5 round differential. I mean, getting to this position whilst you finish 6th on playday 10 in the, well, I think, yeah, the final placement of minor. You've got plentiful amount to work with here. And, you might be the slight underdog here in this situation, since obviously your track record isn't as good as YepMate. However, you can't put anyone down. You cannot put anyone down for it. But they lost. Let's have a look at what I'm looking for here. So, between everybody, if I can actually use my eyes, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I'm just making sure, because I hate these graphs. The graphs I'm looking at, I hate them. So as far as I'm aware, they won against Stork, and unfortunately they lost to YepMate previously 7-1. So which will be kind of more of a revenge game for them. At least they might have some of their tactics in mind. Very closely lost 8-7 to Brest. That's team in 2nd, which is very unfortunate, but still, it's still a point. You can't complain, it's still a point. Okay. After that, they lost to, was it Crispy Esports 7-3, Basement Dogs 7-0. Granted, Basement Dogs are the overall winner of Playday 10, going straight 9-0 on everything. But even still, underdog match, or are we going to have a straight run from YepMate? Who knows? Who knows? Now, we'll get more onto a little bit more of the statistics wise. So, we will have the actual players themselves. So, New Origins sign us off. Best map being Consulate. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for me, right? 58% win rate and a full Portuguese squad. And the worst map being Chalet. Now, moving on to our next one. So, YepMate, they have a 53% win-loss as well, so almost identical. Chalet being the best and Bank being the worst. Yeah, that's very opposite best and worst between YepMate and New Origins. Completely opposite. Obviously, New Origins worst being Chalet, and YepMate's best being Chalet. So I'm not going to be surprised if we do see a Chalet pop up here very, very soon, because I haven't actually seen any of the map bans myself. Let's have a look. And there we go. So Skyscraper being the first one to be banned out. Nighthaven, which is a little bit surprising since it has a lot higher pick rate than usual. Well, from what I've seen in the past couple of months and / year. Cafe being banned out and Bank as well. No surprise there that Bank is being banned out. Now, Consulate being the first to be picked, since obviously it is New Origins best map. Maybe been better if YepMate maybe banned that out first instead of the Nighthaven, because Nighthaven is quite a good map to actually play and is quite strong. But you know, they've got some of their seeds. But obviously, no surprise there. Chalet's been picked. No surprise whatsoever. Next is going to be Lair to be banned out, and then Clubhouse, which thank the Lord you banned Clubhouse. Thank you so much. Don't have to cast that again. And then bringing us to Border. I couldn't think of a better lower bracket final than this. Genuinely couldn't. This is looking absolutely lovely of maps. Now, obviously, we are in the ELC. And at the same time, I think it's time for you guys, if you haven't signed up before, you should probably sign up. So, speaking of week-wise and schedules, this is week 1 at the moment. So today is Friday the 14th, very close to 13th, and I almost shit myself then. However, we are playing at, well, it starts at 8:30, but obviously you've just have to push it back just a little bit because things are just running a little bit too late. But that's not to worry whatsoever. We shall still have this game either way up and running. Now, on Saturday, which it will also be me again, it will be at 2 PM CET for the the minor grand final, which will be a best of 3. And then going on to our championship lower bracket final, best of 3 as well. And going on to Sunday, we'll have the ELC show match, which teams are soon to tell. And then having our championship grand final as well, which is a best of 5. However, we're not over just yet. We have our week 2, which will be, obviously, next week. So, 21st of March at 8:30 CET, we'll have the major lower bracket final BO3. Then on the Saturday at 2 CET, we'll have the major grand final, which is a best of 3. And then after that, challenger lower bracket. And then on Sunday, we'll have our challenger grand final. Now, I thought you were wondering, how do you get participated in one of these? Glad you asked. If I can actually find it, it might actually be a bit helpful. Here we are. So, if you want to get yourself into this league, which I really highly advise that you do, it's very good. I'm just going to move myself out the way and we'll pop this up. There you go. So that's the ELC Spring League 5, which will be starting in May. No, April? April. I don't know my months. All right, leave me alone. But we'll be starting in April. Well, so the paid entry qualifiers, 26 slots, €25 per team. So it is quite cheap. Then obviously we have our divisions are allocated based on combined scores of the qualifiers. So the champion division are the top 8 teams. Challenger is 9 to 24. And then major is the bottom 2 teams. So if you want to get yourself into this lovely, lovely league, you can just sign yourself up. If you want to join the Discord, and there'll be everything you need to know there, if really need be, give one of us a shout inside of the Discord. Now, between the 2 teams, okay, I think they've only played once before. And obviously it was the 7-1 win to YepMate. Now, prediction-wise, I'm going to quickly go over to stats-wise. So, First map we have is Consulate. I'm unsure if YepMate have actually played Consulate as of yet. I'm not 100%. However, we'll take a quick look at the most recent matches of the couple days. So, that's it. So, previously, YepMate played Basement Dogs. That's what led them to the lower bracket. So, technically, Basement Dogs are now 10-0 because they won 2 maps to nothing. They won 7-2 on Bank and then 7-3 on Border. Quite a very sturdy win for them. Now, before you move on to... If I can actually do my job correctly, it might help. New Origin Esports, their previous one. I don't think they went to... I think they went to lower bracket either way because that's how they placed since play day 10. But the last time they did play was... If I can actually do my job. Never mind. They played... I'm confused. Oh, never mind. So, they first played Devil White. No, they played Crispy Esports first. Ignore me. So, they played Crispy Esports first, and they won 7-1 on Border. So, quite a very, again, comfortable win for them. Obviously, we are seeing Border being the decider map at the end. And at the same time, we're having Consulate, which New Origins barely just scraped it along. But again, a win is a win. 8-7. Can't still win. Can't complain. You still won. Cannot complain at all. So it does seem like Consulate is a fighting battle for them during that game. But they played Devil White in the next one. Fires on what? Yes, I'm looking at the right thing. They played Clubhouse. Devil White won 7-3. First off the bat, put him at the lower foot. And it was Consulate again. A very comfort pick for them, kind of seems like. And they won 7-5 and then continued on that streak to, again, very tough battle against Devil White. And they only just won 8-7 against Devil White, pushing them forward. So, I'm still thinking, gonna see a good game. Gonna see a very good game. Now, if I'm actually correct, just getting our teams ready. So I'm just making sure that everything's all fan-dabby-do. But I thought I'd give you an update on how everything's going, since obviously we're just pushing it back just a little bit because we have some issues with some of the teams and etc. So I'm going to put you onto a cinematic very quickly, and we will be back when the game is about to start. Thanks. there we go. Let's activate it. Okay. Getting things started. We just had a little bit of an oopsie, whatever. Because Ubisoft is also being a stinky ass. Because they've been adding me so I can try and get in there, but I've got no invites. So we just had an issue with the clean feed with all the teams, wanted to see what's going on, etc. But it's just unfortunate that things have just kind of gone to shite. But just trying to get everything sorted. Get a fucking doji. Right. I'm trying to get everything sorted just so I can make sure everyone's all ready. To which I need people's Ubisoft. But they're not good for it. There we go. Okie dokie. Because everything is just kind of going to shite. It kind of is just going to shite. But that's just kind of Siege, isn't it? It won't be a Siege game without everything just going to shite. But hopefully within the next couple of minutes, we should have everything ready to go. We already have YepMate in the game. Now we're just waiting for new Origin, since they were just the last to get in here. Now, Consulate, I can also tell you that at the moment, YepMate are starting on the attack first, and they're also going to the attack on overtime first too. Now, me personally, I prefer the defense for Consulate. That's just what I prefer. Don't kill me, okay? I just prefer it that way. Like I said, don't kill me. However, attack, it's kind of not always the same, but it's somewhat similar. It's kind of always, you always go from either top down, or you just kind of go from like admin over, maybe have a little bit of presence on like the office windows, anything of like that sort. But it's kind of just somewhat similar to the same thing. Granted, I've only casted it once. This is not saying that I've only seen the map once, but no, as in like casting wise, I love it. I also might need my controller, but I love this map with everything. But obviously, everyone plays it a little bit differently. I just wanted to see with the defense wise for New Origins, if they're actually going to hold vending machine. Since the last time I casted it, no one held vending machine till like the last time they were playing upstairs. It was very, very hit and miss with if people are going to do it. But me personally, I think it's a good position to hold. Granted, you're going to play your life there. You're very, very lucky to actually get out of that position if you're there. But who knows? Who honestly knows? The amount of vertical you can do, chef's kiss. Absolutely wonderful. Now, on the other hand, the vertical going up is even better. Like I always say, the vertical can go either way, no matter what. Just because you made it doesn't mean it's all yours. Right? You can get shot upwards. Right? Sorry, they just messaged me in the chat. But hopefully we'll get maybe 2 more minutes. There you go. Bella just said one player's had a game crash. Just having a bit of issues left, right. Okay, they're restarting game. Okay, we're slaying again there. Okay, so whilst we're doing this, I thought I'd jog your memories again. Oh, there's one. Just to jog your memories, if anyone's only just joined, map bands just beneath me. So Skyscraper, Nighthaven, Cafe, Bank, and they picked Consulate. I was going to say Coastline. It's not in the map pool. And then we also have Chalet. Going over to Chalet. Boring as fuck, in my opinion. Boring as hell. It's like on par with like Clubhouse, right? It's at a certain point when you've casted it so many times, it's just hot dog shit. I mean, granted, it depends on who's playing it, because it's like Clubhouse. It's either 7-0 or it's 8-7. Either one. But Final Border, in my opinion, the best map in the pool. the best. Can't go wrong with it. Well, I mean, you can lose, but it is a beautiful map to play with. Granted, it's getting a massive rework. I don't know if anyone has seen with CGX. It's looks funky. However, I'm going to stop waffling since I think everybody's almost just about ready to play. We've got an all clear from New Origin, and we've got an all clear from YepMate. Now, why do they just update themselves? Anyway, entirely ignoring that, we'll cut over to the actual cast. Let me actually just turn Spotify off because it's very loud. Okie dokie. Right. Map bans. Not map bans. Operator bans. First off the bat, Consulate. I'm going to say the Monty. I'm going to say the Monty. Never mind, it's the Blackbeard. God damn it. Okay. From YepMate, it's going to be Ying. Also, if you're also wondering, because I 100% was, New Origin Esports doesn't fit by one character. I think it's 2 characters, actually. So, it would be there, but I had to put NOG Esports. So, don't kill me. Right? Cheers. Everyone, a fucking Grim ban. Ooh. Good. YepMate have probably done. They're choosing something very specific. They've been writing something down. Now, New Origins, last pick. I'm gonna say Tubi, a little Tubi. No, mine's gonna be a Cade instead. Now, Tubarel, I don't know if anyone's noticed. This is just a complete utter side rant, right? Someone throws a Tubarel canister. It fucks my game up. It severely fucks up my game. Like, frame rate drops to like 50. Don't know what's going on with that. Do not know. But is what it is. Is what it is. Now, starting off the bat, I always say this with my, if you ever tuned into mine, you see what I see? I see an Amaru. I see Amaru. So I'm just going to turn game volume up a little bit for you. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet, because OBS decided to reset all my audio sliders. So I don't know if I'm louder than the game or if I'm quieter than the game. So do let me know. Now, the Tachanka, different pick than what I've seen before. It is a lot different. Which, I mean, if you can run with it, you run with it. It can deny time for so long. But then also, you kind of have to have your necessities, kind of like the Warden. When I say necessities, it's entirely for the pure fact of ulti on the other side. The Ying is going to be a massive issue. Well, for everyone else, apart from Mibs. I'm going to say Mibs M1. I'll say Mibs. I'm going to say Mibs. Alright? You ain't stopping me. However, I thought Noja was going to go straight for it. I was sad. However, it just seemed like John Miggs. I was going to say Jay. John Miggs? Just sure. John Miggs. He kind of looks like he's prepped for it and ready to go. He's just waiting for the jumping. It seems like they might be expecting it. It's like they're either waiting for the sandwich push or the office window push. It's either one, but it seems like they might be ready and rearing to go in just a second. However, this Tachanka is going to be quite a fair bit of an issue for them if they try and rappel straight on in. Because the Goyo ban kind of seems like quite of a specific pick to delay more time, but Guti's going to go down to halve. That's going to be from, I think, a bit of vertical. However, there goes the Amaru. It's a bait to go up the hat, to go into the window, but it's actually to the roof, which kind of baited a lot of utility out. They all kind of repositioned to try and maybe potentially stop this push, but obviously it was a bait push. They went towards the roof to see what their reaction would be. Just past the halfway mark as we get towards another bait. It kind of just seems like they're toying with them entirely now. John Wick's taking a plentiful amount of damage and gets put down by Sefty all the way in bathroom as Cooler gets one for themselves as well. Pushing all the way in. Plant starts to go down, however, Mibs is also there to stop it and takes 2 picks. It's 3 versus 2, however, he's in a bit of a sticky situation. As Higgs is also trying to give him a fair bit of cover. Gonna be out of the way and he is nicely pushed out from the CEO desk. Not sure if they have permission of the last person, but Sefty doesn't need it as he closes out the round. Very nice bait of the Amaru coming from YepMate. Baiting it out, I think it was like 2 or 3 times. It's a very smart play. Obviously just trying to figure out what their plan is going to be for the rush, since I'm assuming... I haven't casted their game previously, but I'm assuming that last time they were playing on Consulate, they went for the rush and it kind of fizzled out purely for the fact of a Goyo. However, in reality, don't get me wrong, I feel like banning out the Tachanka, if your main issue is that fire, I feel like maybe banning out the actual Tachanka may have been a better pick. Just maybe. So obviously if you bait it out, like you do with the Amaru, the Tachanka has so much more fire than a single Goyo does. Oh my goodness, everyone to each their own. Maybe YepMate just didn't want the Goyo whatsoever, full stop. Who knows? Who knows? Well, might see some cheeky spawn peekings. Which... there are some people going towards it, but I don't think he's going to be spotted out. He will, but... no damage will go either way. Noji goes down to Gutu, though. Hands the T5 from just the same window, just a couple feet over. Just a little bit. Well, they'll go your crew, so a lot of utility nades and flashes, which... I mean, for YepMate already, they're already down 5 drones, which is a bit concerning for the intel game. Since it does seem like... well, they can't go for their little rush. Since obviously... they don't have the Amaru. With only 3 drones remaining, this is already looking bleak for YepMate. 1 man down plus 7 drones gone. And it's still not looking great as Ulti picks up 1 for themselves, trying to bring it back, but it will get traded off by Gutu. Almost gets his head taken off from a wall bang, but does get away to safety quite effectively. 4 versus 3, we're not even halfway past, not even past the halfway mark, if I can speak English correctly. But again, like I'm just looking at these drones and I'm just thinking, is this even going to work out for them, since they're going to have to start running in blind. Since Figs is going to be playing on the vending machine. I'm not sure if he has a shield there, though. But he'll have a Kiba instead. Only 1 nade, which it will be tossed towards him. That might actually kill him, which it will. Not to the nade, but by the L85 instead. 3 versus 3, minute remaining, 2 drones, slowly counting down even more. In reality, New Origin can just wait and just take out drones constantly, just bait them out as much as they can. Because then that would just end up being the end of it. However, Mibs coming into very close contact with Harv, and Harv will go down. As Seft has made his way into long desk, does spot out the Warden, makes it even. It's a 2 versus 2. Cooler slightly behind though, trying to make their way towards. Just missing a punch. Oh, mind, I didn't miss the punch. Sefty, however, don't think he knows that someone's in kill box, which he doesn't. Gutu in good positioning. Does take out 1 and takes out 2 to take the first round for New Origin. Lovely positioning from Gutu there, getting the first pick on the spawn peak, which has put them already on a good foot to start the round. Then at the same time, situating himself inside a kill box. Pillbox, killbox. I hear everyone call it different things. Pillbox, killbox. Well, box. Yeah. Box. The vigil pick. Boss G question mark? Come on. Come on. Switch. Switch. We want to see if it's Boss G. Come on. Switch. Switch. I don't think he doesn't want to. He can just hear me and doesn't want to. Watch it. As soon as I switch away, he's going to switch. Right. I'm telling you. Does kind of seem like it's like a similar lineup for almost everywhere they go for New Origin. Since, you know, the Azami's there. The Legion's there. The Bandits are switch up. And I think they had a mute last time, but I'm not 100%. There we go. Boss G. Told you. Will cast out, but no fishes will bite, as I think everyone's gone towards courtyard. And the Monty is quite expected since the black bit is gone, however. He's very close to Bello right here, as he just sticks his face inside the Visa window. And there we go. Almost take. I think it might have been a little bait there, but Bello just trying to cause a fair bit of a distraction. But Orti's just doing his job quite well, just taking the entire eyes away as he tries to go for the jump. Palgutu, he was, I'd say, let too long there, but Noji extending a little too far, trying to get Bello trying to get past Figs. As I do kind of realize it's an entire rush going towards down server. Got one player holding the flank upstairs, Cooler. Most everyone else is in with the action. Surprise for C4 gets tossed right around the corner here. There goes the impact, and a double swing. Good coordinated play from New Origin there. So it could have been almost bad for Bello, but he does get away with his life. I guess slight spanner in the works for YepMate, but however, they still have the vertical control from Figs and Bello. So YepMate kind of have to be a bit more cautious about that. Because Kula, I think, has moved all the way downstairs, which he has. So that entire vertical control is all for New Origin's control. They can just have it. It's been gifted to them at this point. Getting plentiful amount of damage from that C4. Another one still in pocket from the Bandit. Just waiting for maybe a flank to start coming along, to which a good pre-fire coming out from Figs will take the life of Sefty, as it's all down to the Lion and the Monty. 40 seconds remaining. It's looking very, very downhill for YepMate, but it's either got to go directly up or directly down with 30 seconds. But New Origin aren't going to wait. Also, they are going to wait. YepMate just trying to get a pick onto Jomix here, but nothing will avail. New Origin playing it nice and quietly, sat all the way back, and not allow them to take 1v1s as they're going to try and slowly make their way through. Also trying to pistol whip. Almost gets one, but unable to hit a shot, and that will end a 4 versus 2 for a New Origin second round win. Now, it does seem like YepMate do obviously like their rushes. Oh, excuse me. It does seem like they like their rushes, which is somewhat clear from the first, well, for the first round and the third round. They tried to go for the rush, obviously, down into server, but was deemed unsuccessful. So it does kind of seem like when YepMate slows down, also, how are they already 2 drones down? Or is that a bug? No. It's a bug. Okay. That's fine. I don't trust what it says in the top left anymore. However, when there were 2 drones left during when they went, that's what I was getting on to. But it seems like when they get a lot slower, like they have to slow it down forcefully. They actually use obviously their intel, which is very obvious. If you don't use your intel, you're really doing something wrong. There is something terribly going wrong if you don't use your drones. But it kind of seems like YepMate don't like that playstyle. It seems like they like the fast action, the pace. But it kind of seems like they're being funneled into New Origin's pace themselves. Which is not, it's not going to really work in YepMate's favour. Obviously, it's mostly the defender who's going to be able to set the tone. So the only way for an attacker to really set the pace for a game to go, it will be to entirely rush, or at least put a plentiful amount of pressure. But I think they have gone split as far as I'm aware. Oh no, piano, sorry, not split. Which, like I said, the vertical goes either way. So most of the time, like you just saw there from Mibs, you can open it up yourself and hold it yourself to your own advantage. The main concern right here for YepMate is entirely just to clear the upstairs. The upstairs is going to be the biggest issue, but from the looks of it might just seem like they want to go for a direct, which they might entirely be trying to do. He has been droned out, unless he got mute jammed from reception. As Safety picks up the first one, almost takes a second from Bathroom, and Harv gets a second. It seems like he's swinging quite excessively, as Arbella will back up all the way to CEO. They know he's lurking around up here somewhere, since there's three of them. There goes Seth. Sefty picks up one. Noji goes down, so there is a trade, but might not be enough. Harv gets one more, and so will Sefty. And the round kind of more supports the entire phrase which I was going on about, with YepMate wanting to take the rush. They want to take it quick, fast pace, which they did. They have a little bit of a setup. Obviously, they're trying to make their process towards sight. They got kill box open, pill box, whichever one you guys call it. Whichever one it is. I think it says something entirely different. Here, or whatever. So obviously they had this open. I think that's the only thing they had open, apart from obviously downstairs. They just got breach open here. That's mostly entirely it. And then obviously they kind of just funneled everybody out by just taking gunfights. One from Bathroom. I think it actually took two from Bathroom. One from Yellow. But it's just constant droning each other in, or just droning yourself in, and just keeping up the pace. Since it seems like New Origin don't particularly like it, but they know what to do in case of it. If you get my drift. If you get me drift. Now, it's 1-1 in terms of this site. 1-1 lost one. They're not entirely going to go for their rush again, since obviously, well, if you go for it once, you can't really go for it for a second time. But if it works a second time, you really can't do it a third time. If you do it a third time, fuck it, do a fourth. Like, no mute jammers in sight, so good pick from Ulti here to get rid of a lot more utility. Since that shield was protected by 3 ADSs, and now with one simple drone, there goes one shield and 3 ADS. Well, as far as I'm aware, 3 ADSs. I was honestly expecting Gucci just to start swinging there, honestly. I don't know why. But just to swing straight round. Just go straight for it. Now, the switch off of the Legion for a Deimos. They want to slow them down, but obviously the Legion I don't think is entirely working. However, the Deimos is probably the better pick, which is granted. Because obviously, like, people to slow them down is every trap op. You can have a cap can, but obviously there's not many doors you need to go through. At the same time, you can do a frost, but it's very somewhat situational with the frost. Granted, you can put them anywhere as long as they're stupid enough places to put, and you're perfectly fine. Like I said previously, there is 4 drones remaining. 3 drones remaining. Is not good. They tossed out. Mib's in a difficult position. Gets stuck on the table. And Sefty will take the first with a nade. That will now open up a little gap in yellow if someone's not able to replace it. Which I don't think anyone actually is. Sefty nades himself. 2 picks with a nade, technically. I'm not sure if they entirely know, but I think they will know now, as he might get burnt to a crisp, but 3 drones remaining, 4 versus 4, or 4.5 versus 4, and it's looking quite low for YepMate here as the swing goes in. Half picks a 1, ulti does as well. They'll start to go towards site as it's all down to a 4 versus 1. Fitz takes 1, still has 4 more to do now. It's in quite a tough decision of which one to go for first, but Harv will make the decision for him as he ends the round. Now, like I said, if New Origins just delay time a lot more for themselves, they'll be so much better off. You can see, well, we can, obviously they can't. Well, actually, no. Yes, I lied. They can see how many drones they've taken out. They've seen that they've taken out 7. 7 drones. They have so much of an advantage in intel-wise. So much of an advantage. However, with that, obviously, the more drones you take out, the more time you waste. Because they're going to be face-checking everything. And the more danger it's going to be for YepMate to swing. All you honestly need to do is either A, be in a position where you can delay time. So, like, play life, really. So I can give you a little bit of an example. Say if they had a player inside a break room. If you play a life in there, so someone has to die in here. They have 7 drones, right? It's going to make your life so much easier for everyone. It's like a worthy sacrifice. As long as you just delay so much time. Because they have to face check everything. You can hide in like a dirty, dirty little corner. As long as you manage your noise control well. So like you're not prone crawling everywhere. So you're prone but just holding an angle. Then you're perfectly fine. As I think that was a pick, my monitor decided to turn itself off, but Gutu being taken out by Harv. I accidentally kicked my HDMI cable. Gutu will be gone and disabled for the next 2.5 minutes. As there will actually be... Actually, no, never mind. I thought that piano for a second, but no, there will be a slight roam from Fitz and Arbello. Like I said, a mute might be a nice little pick for them. Just potentially. So a swing might come out from either side. Oof. Arbello getting a bit of a difficult position, but Fitz has got his back. And so does Bello. He has Fitz's back. They kind of love this little Tetris area. Fuse charges. Ka-thunk-ka-thunked. Just trying to make their way more towards site. They've done a lot better with time, YepMate do. And they have plentiful more drones than they do when attacking the upstairs. Fitz almost being taken out by that fuse charge, I think that was. It was either that or the Deimos tracking him. But they're just trying to disrupt Arbello, which I'm not sure has actually moved. He's just staying towards jungle. Or Tetris, sorry. His Harv's going to get a second one. No, man, he'll be getting a second. I was going insane for a minute then. So we'll target the Azami, which, I mean, if without out 2 players and continued all the way down, they do have 45 seconds remaining, to which it's not going to be looking good if things like that start to happen. Not much droning going on. Sefty taking a bit of damage from Bello, I think that was. As they start to make their way towards site. 30 seconds remaining. The execute's got to come out now. As Noji takes a little bit of damage, but so does Jomig. Every second starting to count in this execute here, since every player which is alive, every second that it keeps going, it's just more and more an advantage for New Origins as Mibs gets the first one within this execute. As it seems like it's just going to be a hatch drop, which it will. First one goes down, but gets C4 traded as Mibs takes 3 for the execute. Kind of seems like the drone game was a lot better from YepMate there. A lot better. However, it was very lacking entirely in the execute. The drone for the roam clear, obviously you have plentiful amounts of places where they can flank from. Plentiful. Maybe bring... I'm not sure if they brought a Nomad. You can bring a Nomad. Or you can bring a Gridlock. Just to make it a little bit easier. But it seems like they didn't have their drones set up entirely for any flank watch. Nothing on Spiral, clearly, since we saw... I think it was... Jomix, who was the mute, as far as I'm aware, but... Well, new round, new day, new life. We have switched sides, so defense is offense. Offense is now on defense. The setup seems like they're going to go for an extension, since Ulti is going to be playing the castle. I don't think it's entirely going to be a full extension, since it might just be more of a time waster, really, just to keep delaying more and more utility. But they will bring that Monty, which I'm surprised YepMate didn't bring a lot more compared to what am I saying? YepMate didn't bring it as much, which I'm a little bit surprised about. Just a little bit. Now, how they hold on to Break Room here is kind of, like I said, going to be somewhat of the make or break. If they give it up very quickly, it's not going to put them into a great position at all. As we just move over to Noji, just having a nice, lovely, relaxing time. See, like, they call it catering. Pillbox, killbox, whatever. As whole minutes passed, and not a lot has happened. They're just getting a little bit of the setup ready. As the wall is muted off, and it kind of seems like server might have died. Or myself. Okay. I think we're okay. I think we're fine. I think we're okay. I had a massive crash. Right, we're going to try and get back to this. I'm reconnected to the custom game. We've had a ginormous crash. I think we're back into the swing of things. Right. Very sorry about that. Round 7, 3-3, and it's a 1 versus 1. Getting to the last swing of things. So he goes for the swing, but Harv is there to shut it down. Unfortunately, not seeing the prep coming up to this, but very nice swing from Harv there. Very unfortunate I couldn't see that. Also, very, very sorry about the crash. Mucho apologies. And I'm gonna say this in future. I'm very sorry, Harv, because I know you're probably gonna watch this back and be very, very mad that the one time which it crashes, it's the time that you have a nice clutch. I'm very sorry. I got your last kill, all right? I got the last kill for you. Right, very sorry. Anyway, moving on to round 8. YepMate taking the first defense. That was obviously upstairs. It does seem like they kind of like their castle strats. They very do like their castle castle strats. If I can speak English. Now, Harv with that round making it double digits. Running into a very what's the word? I'm thinking of a word. I'm thinking of a word, but I can't say it. I really can't say it. Motivated mood. There we go. It's obviously getting 10 picks within 8 rounds. So I think it's like 1.1 kills a round. Still very, very nice. Now, obviously, I didn't get to see the entirety of the attack from last round. However, it did seem like New Origin did like their slow progressive takes. It does seem like they like it for themselves. However, their roam game, not the roam game, sorry, the roam clear, seems to be a lot quicker than what we saw last time. So you're already taking control of third floor. And also just making some vertical on the second. They don't have, I don't think, any roamers actually upstairs. Everyone is inside of the basement. So a fair decent bunker. Soon to tell if it will be successful. This kind of somewhat depreciates. Who's this on the stairs? It's being prone. I think it's Harv. Oh no, mine is ult. It's a little bit of damage towards Figs, but might be conclusive. Halfway round, halfway mark of the round. Has a lot of the vertical starting to come out, putting a little bit more pressure onto YepMate. The only kind of deciding factor is who will come out victorious on the vertical. Now the execute's going to come out soon, since obviously they have plentiful amount of time, unless they want to keep continuously doing more and more vertical. As incandelas go out, it's been distributed, and I think here might go Mibs, maybe. Jarwings takes a plentiful amount of damage, but Harv gets technically one-tapped by Mibs. More incandelas being distributed. Oh, a little missed one, unfortunately. Seems like Mibs wants to go for it and get this plant down, but they don't seem too comfortable enough to continue with it. 30 seconds now. The main key thing, as I can see up there, is Noji's Echo Drones. Goes in, takes a little bit of damage. How the plant starts to go down. Able to deny it once. Swing from kitchen, gets one, but it's a double refrag. Able to stop the plant again. However, it's a 1 versus 3. 15 seconds remaining. Moving the second Echo Drone around. Not sure if he knows where he is. He does know. He's able to get it off just in time, and he's just got to try and delay. Maybe try and take the pick onto the planter, but he doesn't have any cams left. Sees the head of the sledge, takes 1. Sees the second, doesn't able to convert as of yet, but there is a player on the vertical, which is going to make it a lot more harder. Going to attempt to go for a res, which is a very smart move. He's just trying to waste a plentiful amount of time. Which New Origin are doing quite well at the minute. It's a bit of a sticky situation for Mibs though. He's trying to move himself over, thinking he might be outside, but it's actually inside of kitchen at the moment as Mibs makes his way around. Sefty gets 1, but I don't think they have enough time to get onto the diffuser. Mibs is probably going to get a nice lovely play here, unless he gets cut off by Sefty, but he doesn't, gets the plant. So the diffuser down. Nicely played from Mibs there. deciding which person to kill first, the diffuser first, because obviously I think they would have got it just in time. But no. Also very sorry if you heard my phone call come through just a second ago.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
4-4. Now if we see this go for an overtime, which I can very tell. It will. It will. It will. I'm telling you. I just realised I'm not tabbed in the right section. I was trying to move my controller. Didn't want to. Now, Maestro, peculiar pick, strange pick. We'll see how it goes out though. I'm hoping for New Origins clear to be as efficient as it was last round, since they obviously wasted absolutely no time in getting inside third floor, which you can see right here. Maybe YepMate maybe just needs someone to play upstairs just to keep them occupied whilst they're wandering around, but it's however they like to play it. I do have pings on players who are upstairs. Maybe a C4 might be in play. Very close to that Monty. Be able to pick up one, but I think he's on the other side of the wall. Sfigs will quietly make his way down Spiral. Might maybe try and walk all the way down, but I think there is a castle barricade in the way. Never mind, there is not. There might be someone on cameras. Maybe Ulti is going to be on the Spiral staircase as he backs away smartly. Like I said, YepMate didn't have almost any roamers, and nor do they do again. I'm thinking maybe at least have one roamer. Play for life. It's maybe what you just need to get this going for you, YepMate. It seems like everyone's kind of bunched up, kind of like a fish in a barrel, basically. That's almost what it feels like for New Origins. They're just trying to open up the lid and just start spraying down into them. Oh, Fix is all the way down. Spiral. She does make himself known, but gets shut down by Ulti. I think that's the tiniest pixel. 45 seconds remaining. So we're just trying to get a peek at anyone or anything. That's Gutu. He's just going to be bullied by this Maestro. What the okay. what am I looking at? Jommig's taking a plentiful amount of damage. EMP goes out to get rid of the Evil Eye, but it will be traded in the process. However, a swing from Mibs and Gutu will take down Ulti. There's 15 seconds remaining. Evil Eye's still in hand, but I don't think any of them can actually see where the planter is. Starts to go for it, and he's going to be entirely body blocked. To which he will go down. There goes 2 in total. As he will just bully him with the Maestro camera. Noji with a 3-piece. Seems like we're just trading 1 for 1 each way for every round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Jommig's and Kula not having the greatest games for themselves. But as long as they're getting their utility utilised, that's all that particularly matters in this state, or at least showing a presence in when they need to. And New Origins. Looking to do what YepMate did in the first couple. Also, I saw it said 30 FPS as well. Yeah, it's because when I tab out, it just depreciates itself, and I don't know why. Now, almost identical lineup to what which YepMate did on the first round. However, they don't have much to stop it other than Harv and Sefty, which I'm not sure if there is any razor blooms on the window. I can hear the drone, but Harv didn't take his schizophrenia pills. Doesn't know where it is, but drone baited out. I'm not sure if there's going to be any razor blooms on there, hence why Harv's playing in the position which he is at the moment. Which Harv can see the shoulder of the lion, but they trade off instead. Prefer the lion to go down rather than the ying, since the ying is prepping to go for it as well. There goes one. There goes two, but the a little bit of waffle coming out from Sefty, but he will be traded off, and so will Bello as well at the same time, leaving us in a 3 versus 2. Jumping still on the window, trying to see if anyone will go into his crosshairs and allow him to tap once, but Fig's going to make his way all the way to top yellow, just waiting for a swing to go onto him as he takes out one. The bathroom swing is there, but Ulti will come out on top instead as Jomix makes his way towards CEO, taking the gunfight with Noji. It's a bit of a sticky situation since he does have a C4 in hand. Diffuser is going down, but I don't think they can hear it. Now it's just one's got to hold the other. So run out might go in place, but Ulti needs to hold the player right here since he's just going to stick it entirely. He can't see him. A very long arm from Noji. I honestly wouldn't have been surprised if Ulti ran away, grabbed up a castle barricade, and just slapped it on the window. Should have done that. Should have done that. Match point for YepMate, though. Obviously, this is New Origin's pick, so this will put them on the back foot in the end if they do take this. However, you can never rule out a comeback. Never, ever. But Harv and Sefty being on a massive 12 and 11 kills each. Mibs slowly getting there almost on double digits. Just 1 kill away. It seems like Harv's just got mass amounts of ADHD, not knowing where to go. Just running around. And no, you go for something peculiar here. I've not seen this before. Bit of a strange mirror setup, but sure. Never seen it myself. Oh, that bathroom window is going to be a little bit of a pain if they start opening up. Then obviously then open the wall at the same time. Oh, it does seem like New Origins needs to maybe pick up the pace a little bit, since YepMate are kind of leading them into going very slowly, Twitch. I think this might be what they start to do now. Do they think they're basement? Or are they going to go up yellow? Jomix goes down. I think that's to Ulti. Twitch, he gets the run out, but it's a little bit too greedy for it, as the res will go off and that'll be a free pick for Mibs, putting him on to 10 kills. All of that slow walk all the way in the basement for not much. Well, a decent position inside a spiral, but no one's going to be caught lacking entirely. Smokes will go out, and so will parts of the hard breach, but does get bandit tricked in the end. Very ballsy play from Harv there. It's going to be fun with decent engagement for the Ash, but the rush is going to come out entirely, and a friendly fire nade from Figs will take out Bello. Safety picks up one. Mibs goes down to the shotgun of Cooler. It's down to a 2 versus 2. C4 tossed away. A little bit delayed, but the pre-frame from Fitz will put him down to 1 HP and almost 0, but round goes to the way of New Origin. Just slowly delaying more and more of that match point. New Origin trying to take this one more round to overtime. Just trying one more. And again, overtime in this situation means nothing. It's either the win or the loss. One or the other. One or the other. I remind you as well, after this round, YepMate go back onto the attack. Back onto it. Statistics-wise, the first 3 rounds, if I'm not mistaken, were in the favour of New Origin. It's very evenly divided. 3 attacks, 3 defense, 3 defense, and then 2... What am I saying? 3 attack wins, and then 2 defense wins for New Origin. I think I'm absolutely waffling it. I've got that the complete wrong way round again. I'm losing it. I'm straight losing it. Okay, the Clash being the little switch around. Since obviously Noji did have to take a 3-piece to win the round for them. Because they're somewhat relying on these Echo Drones and Maestro cameras, the Evil Eyes, to clutch out the round for them and delay that plan. But a lot of the time it's not enough to continue through. Wall will be uncontested, no mute jammers, no nothing. However, this Brava's just looking for them Evil Eyes. I think might have missed one of them. Never mind, has got one of them instead. Can see the second one, but not sure if he's got it as of yet. And he will just barely. Great use of the Brava drone. Just starting to bully Cooler. It's a great piece of information to have, since obviously you can just bully them with the damage, but also keep the camera there unless they use an explosive to get rid of it, or shoot it whilst the window's open. Which I think they did actually just impact it there. They are just trying to get rid of them, but I don't think the trajectory's there for Harv. As Safety picks up one, there goes that sledge. Like I said, vertical goes both ways. Halfway point. 1 player down, but doesn't mean a lot. Jomic's taken quite a fair bit of damage whilst playing on the vertical. However, ulti gets picked up by Figs. They've still got to deal with this clash though as well. Just trying to bait out some movement from any of the players with these Yin Candelas. Smoke's going down. This seems like a very nice situation for New Origins to start to go for a plan, as long as they've got the cover. Figs gets another one. However, these Maestro cameras just absolutely bullying Mibs. Same with the Echo Drones, but Figs getting another as well. Harv will end Figs to stop his reign, but it's a 2 versus 3. So they're just going to continue to bully. They do not give a shit. Harv just waiting on the Maestro cameras. Impact goes out. Not going to do enough damage to put them down. Maestro camera goes down, but the vertical is being held by Jomix, but he's able to slip right on through. Picks up 1, picks up 2. Last one's on the vertical. Jomix just waiting. Not sure if they know, as Harv's just not too aware, but a little bit of damage done. He's able just to wait and protect. A long arm was most likely going to go in play here. So they're just trying to do a little bit of damage. Rotated all the way around. Jomix might be able to clutch this out. Is able to pick up 1. As it's down to a 1v1. It's either overtime or pushing over. Harv just toying with him at this point, but he has to stick now. The round's already gone towards New Origins. Very nicely played from Jomix. We'll ignore the aim, but he won the round. Peculiar execution there in the end, but it works out in the end. As long as you get that round win, as they push it to overtime. YepMate being forced onto that attack. Granted, their attacks do seem a lot stronger than their defenses, in my opinion. However, New Origin might have picked up on the fact they're playing very, very slowly, and they're winning. I just realised I'm not tabbed in. New Origin's defense wins is when they delay them time. It's not picks, it's time. That's all they need. But Figs being the big MVP on that round there, able to clutch it out for them. Since I think that's 2 rounds in a row for New Origin whilst being on the pressure of match point, but YepMate needing to secure it, failed to do so. Will they be able to do it a second? Who knows? Just think they're going to go for a very big extension towards Visa side. Or at least maybe server, so they do have that hatch open. Come on, boys. Defaults. There isn't much utility to destroy at the moment, so that Flores drone will be deemed as useless unless he does a little bit of damage. The roam is actually present from 3 people, which is a big switch around compared to YepMate's defense for basement, since they kind of let them take the vertical control and bunker down and take the absolute hellhole of a fight. Flores don't successfully get in the bandit charges. However, I don't think there's actually anybody there to claim the wall, since 2 charges are going to be used all the way down by server side, unless he's saving just the one for the main breach. Sefty picking up the first pick all the way upstairs. There will go that Legion. Who's able to get the top down from the hatch onto Noji. And there will go that Osa and that pressure from any of them shields. Gutu just wants all the attention. However, he's almost cut off by Sefty there, but he will actually fully be cut off by Sefty. 4 versus 3. They know it's going to be a server-side push. However, in my opinion, even though there are men down, New Origin could have a slight advantage here. As long as they're able to keep good control. They will pick damage onto Harv. We'll be actually almost back to full. Already just towards sight, just crouched underneath the head holes of Mibs, right under his nose as ulti gets 2 and closes out the round. At this point, it's either make or break for YepMate. It's the second time that they have been on match point. They have to close this one out, or New Origin will swipe it away from them.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
As you can see, setting up by vending machine again. which, me personally, I like. Like I said before this even started. I like the vending machine hold. You can hold so much from there, as long as you're capable of doing so. Do they have the support? They do have a YepMate, which can delay a fair decent bit. And obviously you do have the mute to stop any of the fluoro drones, which I'm not sure if they've actually picked. They do. So it's got to be a lot of utility going to be used to get rid of that shield. Oh, last time we saw this, well, we technically didn't see it, but because obviously my everything crashed. And it was a 1v1 post-plant clutch from Harv. No Origins. Taking it a little bit quicker than we saw last time. 7 drones remaining. Still a plentiful amount for them to work with, but also just being slowed down quite a fair bit by these castle barricades. Ooh, massive frame drop there. I'm not sure what the fuck that was. Now this is where the fluoro drone's going to come in, but Sefty's watching it. Actually, I'm not sure it's going to be actually fully muted. I'm not sure as how. I'm not sure where from. But another one's going to come on through. Get the castle barricade. Ah, there's one on the side of the door and one on the shield as well. The intel denial is very, very nice with these mute jammers, the placements. Getting plentiful amounts for them. These new Origins seem like they're quite desperate to get rid of the shield, as everyone's almost stacked up on this side, but Jomming's going to be the one to pick up the first kill onto Noji instead of Killbox. Sefty wants the control over here. However, he does have the cover from ulti, to which he gets one, but does get traded off overall. Sefty was blinded, he gets one. Switches on the glasses, gets 2, gets 3, and wins out. Consulate 4. Oh, sorry. Trying to take a screenshot if it'll work. On for YepMate. I was clicking sprint screen, but it just wasn't working. But a 7-6 win. Very nice for them. It's going to keep you on there for just one quick second. I'll switch you back over here very quickly. But very nicely played from both teams, to be fair. Obviously, Sefty breaking 20 kills in that matchup, taking that lovely little 3-piece at the end. Couldn't have had it any better of an end. But we're going to take a little mini break very quickly. That game took an hour, actually. But take a mini break and we'll get back to the second map, since we're just going to switch around everything. I'm also going to be resetting stream very quickly as well. So there's going to be 0 delay, and then I'm going to be watching off of someone else at the same time. So I'm going to reset stream, and I'll be back in just 1 second.